Good morning to all the full Sakian men out there, including the Regal Alchemists, the Regal Shamans, the Regal Wizards, and the Captain of Marisax, as well as the full Sakiavelian men. Cheers to you, brothers, and to all the depleted Coomers and all of the religionists. You can go fuck yourself. Now, with that being said, you are a sexy beast with a full sack and a shining star. It just simply is the case. You're basically the Giga Chad of all Chads when you have a full sack. It seems to be the way that things are happening. You know, it's an empirical fact, you might say. It's something that you have to experience. And it's a matter of empirical fact, rather, so that you can experience it. And a lot of men will be like, oh, well, why are you lying? It doesn't happen for everybody. Okay, well, generally speaking, it happens for most people that are on this journey. Now, of course, this journey is about more than just keeping your sack full. It's about the discipline, but not discipline for disciplinary's sake. It's about being the best version of yourself and being educated properly, practicing godlike mastery, practicing the life, the truth, and the way. That's what it is. It's about being the way in which truth emanates from you. And you know, I'm really not here to debate people. I don't want to debate people, and if you feel inclined to be entitled to debate, you are a religionist. You might not be thinking that you are, or you might think you are and think that you're in the right, and that's fine. But the second that you try to force people, or you try to proclaim these ad hominems onto others, you're done. You're done on this channel. And you're done in the academy, you're done working with me in Godlike Mastery or my one-on-one sessions, whatever it is. I don't work with people like that. The people that I work with are ready to eat. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, last night I had a dream, and I was giving all of these people in like a desert food because they were starving, and they told me that they were starving. And when I gave them the food and the water, because they were thirsty as well, they basically rejected it. And they basically said that, not in so many words, that it wasn't worthy. They spit on it. They spit on the food that I was giving them, and I was like, but you said you were hungry. It's like, well, yeah, but we don't want this. It's like, this is where we're at in social media, where social media, in a strange way, you have to adhere to the ability to ascertain why people are sparked by certain modes of being more so than others. And the only thing that we can do as spiritual beings are recognize our own proclivity to act in certain ways, and remember that you're not really serving anyone. The only one that you really serve at the end of the day is the Lord. Now, whatever, you can call him or her, you can call him Krishna, you can call her Kali, like the goddess in the Hindu religion. You can call it Ganesha. It's like the elephant in Hinduism, right? You can call it Allah, you can call it Jesus Christ, whatever you want to call it, that's fine. But it's really just you. And the moment that you accept this, when you have a full sack, the godliness that emanates from your being is almost too much for people. And they don't know exactly what to do or how to do it. They've never been around this type of energy before. And so they will try to use logic to justify your pure being. And when they can't, they'll get upset about it. It's like, this is what it is. The entitlement that has come with the social media age has only increased. Like, truly. And I mean this, I don't mean this to be derogatory at all. It's just, there are hierarchies in this plane of consciousness, right? And it's like, you can't act like a peasant and expect kingly treatment. That's just not possible. It's the same type of thing. You have to embody moving into the sexy beastum of having a full sack. You don't have to try to be sexy. You just be sexy because you're a sexual being, and there's nothing to be ashamed about that. There's nothing to be ashamed when it comes to being sexual. However, recognize your own motives behind it. Are you being sexual because you just want to express that? Or are you being sexual because you want to possess that? Because if you're wanting to possess that, then you're in lust. And you're blinded. And you're probably someone who has repressed their emotions so much that the second that you see someone else go against your script. That's the thing about social media, is when people project their narrative structure onto you and you don't go by that narrative structure, all of a sudden you're the problem. Even though, like, I didn't do it, like, you didn't do anything, I didn't do anything, we didn't do anything. We're just talking. We're just talking about real and true things. And people get upset about it. And so then they think that they can justify their jealousy and they can justify their entitlement by acting like a king when they're actually, like, they think they're acting like a king, but they're actually acting like a peasant. You see, peasants aren't sexy for a reason. Like, I guess you could be a peasant and sexy. It depends on how you act, but it's just a matter of sovereignty, really. And that's what I mean when I say be sexy. That sexiness is a frequency that you tune into. It's not necessarily something that you try to have or try to, like, get. It's just something you be. And you're going to be so surprised. Maybe not. Maybe not some of you. Because I've met some really attractive dudes, and I'm not homosexual. However, I've met some very attractive dudes in my one-on-one sessions, and they've told me about, their excursions with women and, the lust that they've been in. And it's almost like being attractive in of itself is a challenge. Being sexy in of itself is a challenge. And a lot of the people who maybe don't think of themselves as sexy will be like, oh yeah, that's such a problem. Yeah, I just have too many women chasing after me. It's like, well, there are pros and cons to everything. And I think social media has simply just primed everybody's brain to want quick answers quickly. And they're not willing to, like, they want risk-free investments. They want knowledge, they want wisdom, all without actually putting forth the effort to be willing to have some skin in the game. They want to ask you questions. Like here's the thing about a lot of people that I've seen when it comes to these types of topics. They'll try to ask you questions, whether it's in comment sections or DMs or whatever, and they'll act like what it is a genuine inquiry. And you feel like, they haven't really said anything that, is attacking characters just yet, but I don't feel the energy's just right. So I'm going to have to treat this surface level for what it is. And so you answer the questions and such, and then you give them a straight answer. You give them a direct answer. Like, I've done nothing but give direct answers. And then for the people that want depth, that's where you go to the Regal Academy. That's where you go to my Godlike Mastery offer. I don't see any reason why anybody wouldn't be able to live the truth and let die what is false in accordance with these types of topics that I talk about on this channel by watching the channel. Like, there's no way they wouldn't be able to, because there's enough information there that if you just live simply and you stop trying to idealize everything and conceptualize everything and logisticize everything, you're going to be just fine. You can't logisticize sexiness. That's the thing. You can't logisticize that. It's something that it just is. Okay, and it's a form of expression of God. This is a sacred thing. It's all very sacred, and I don't hold any ideology or philosophy. The full sack philosophy is that of no philosophy. I'm interested in the structure and the ontological perception and truth of why things are the way that they are. That's it. I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. In fact, if you are one of those people that, I don't know if I'm sexy. I can't be sexy with the full sack. Well, then get the fuck off the channel, man. I don't know what to tell you. It's something that you just be. I've met men who not only are attractive, but also are not as attractive, physically speaking. And yet they get just as much, if not more, women than the attractive men. But it's not even about getting women. Like, that's the thing. That's the thing. Being sexy is something that you be for yourself. That's what it's about. It's about being able to, like, truly accept yourself as a sexual being, but not be attached to the lust that comes with the potentialities of being a sexual being. That's the key. And it doesn't need to be too difficult. It doesn't need to be so, just complicated. Like, it doesn't need to be complicated. Let go of your concepts. Let go of your way of thinking how you're supposed to be. And just be. It's okay to just be. Because I'm to the point now to where I can see anyone walking by. And it's like, wow, there's the eternal lover, Like, holy crap. I see God and the soul of existence in everyone and everything. And I mean, just imagine God and the soul of existence as your eternal lover. Just imagine what that would be like. What would you sing to the soul of existence? What would you create for the soul of existence? Treat the soul of existence as a lover and see what happens. You'll find yourself more sexy than ever. And you are that shining star. Because we all are. The stars have eyes only but for you. So, peace be with you. Be blessed. Apply to the Godlike Mastery offer if this is resonating with you. Or join the Regal Academy because, man, we're getting some big things coming in. I'm going to reopen one of the classes. I am deciding between the Art of Seduction class to be reopened for about 6 weeks and the Authentic Communications class being reopened for 6 weeks. And all of the premium members will have access to it, all the material. They'll be able to do what they want with that. And because I like to keep the Academy fresh, I like to keep it fresh and constantly changing and evolving, but also have pillars of truth that are going to still be there and standing. We're also still working on making music in the Academy. We have like a music group, you could say, and we're currently conducting our own and making our own songs and lyrics and everything. It's really cool, actually. So it's a digital sandbox of creation and play in an educated, proper way, which I think is pretty cool. So there are plenty of options available for you. And, if you want to just be fed through these videos, then that's fine. That's fine. Peace be with you. Be blessed. Until next time.